say to me in Bowers Game.
Hey there, YouTube. I'm back again for another How to Play video, and today I'm very excited to teach you how to play ONO 99 from Mattel Games. This is for 2 to 6 players, ages 7+. And the first thing you're going to want to do is take the big old stack of cards, shuffle them up, and then deal 4 cards to every player. So right now I have a 3-player game set up. Now, starting with the player to the left of the dealer, the first thing they are going to do is play 1 card face up into the discard pile right here and announce whatever that card is. So for right now, we're going to say they did a 3 right here. So they would say 3. And then this player would fill their hand back up to 4 cards. Play goes clockwise around the table, so the player to the left would now look at their cards and play one of them face up into the discard pile. Now, they are not going to be announcing the card they're playing, but rather the new number that the discard is at. So it is at 3. If I were to play this 10, I would say 13 when I played that 10. Likewise, if I were going to play this 6, I would say 9 when I place it down. Now, I can't actually play the negative 10 right now because you can never go into negative numbers. But don't worry about that. We'll talk about the special ability cards a little bit later. So this player would then secretly draw a new card and then move on to this player. So the discard pile is at 9. If they played the 0, they would still want to announce 9. And then draw a new card. Now, one thing I want to mention is that you're not actually looking at the colors at all in this game. This game is purely spotlighting the numbers. So you're going to continue to go around, but eventually what's going to happen is the discard pile is going to get up to the higher number. So let's pretend it gets to, say, 92. And there is one main rule in this game when it comes to discarding cards, and that one main rule is that you can never play a card that would make the discard pile go to 99 or higher. So the highest number you can ever say is 98. Now, if it ever gets to your turn and you can't play a card because you'd be breaking that rule, then you are out of the game and you would put your cards face up. But this player would be able to because they could play this reversed. So the turn order would be reversed, they would draw a card, they'd continue on their merry way. But eventually when it would get back to them, they might not be able to play anything and they would just put their cards face up to help represent that they are out of the game. And the last player who's able to play a card on the pile wins the game. Now, there are a couple more minor rules that you need to know, and then we'll talk about the special abilities and get you out of here. First, if no one is able to play a card without causing the total discard pile to exceed 98, you would look at the discard pile and figure out who played the last card that was played, and they would be the winner of the game. Also, if the draw pile ever runs out, you just shuffle up the discard pile and start drawing from that. But you keep the same number. Now let's talk about special ability cards. First we have the ONO 99 card, which you cannot actually play because it has a 99 on it. What happens is this just sits in your hand. However, if at any point all 4 of the cards in your hand are ONO 99s, you can discard all 4 of those cards on your hand and draw 4 new cards. And that counts as your turn. You just place them all in the discard pile and announce whatever the discard pile number is. Next, we have the reverse card, which just changes the order of play from going clockwise to counterclockwise and vice versa whenever it is played. Just remember whenever you play this to announce the discard pile number when you do it as well. Next, we have the negative 10, which subtracts 10 from whatever the number on the pile is. So if you place it on a 28, you would announce 18. And as I mentioned earlier, you cannot use this to go to minus numbers. Last but not least, we have the play 2 card. And this forces the next player in turn order to play 2 cards on their turn. They play 1 card, call out the new total, draw a card, then play a second card. However, you can respond to a play 2 card by playing a reverse card on top of it and forcing it back the other way to the original person who played it. Or you can play your own play 2 card on top of their card, which means the next player in order has to play 2. It does not multiply and go to 4 or any other crazy numbers. And if you're ever hit with a play 2, and you can play one of the cards but can't play the second card, then you are out of the game. And no, the next player does not have to play any additional cards. Gameplay just continues in turn order. But that is ONO 99. If this video helped you out, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Also consider subscribing as I teach new games all the time. But go have some fun, and thanks for your time, YouTube. This video is brought to you by all of my amazing Patreon supporters, and I would love it if you would join their ranks and have your name immortalized in the end of many of my videos for the end of time. But consider for only $1 a month, and as always, thanks for stopping by.